go ahead and decorate for Halloween because it's COVID and I'm tired of being drab. I'm going to decorate my entire house probably before the end of September, and then I'll have all of October to enjoy it. And by the way, if you are not storing your items in a clear container, you are totally making extra work for yourself. It's way easier to know which room it goes in when you can see through it, because when you have 14 million boxes like I do full of decorations, you have no idea which box goes where. Anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and clean off this little bar cart thing. I'm going to pretty much take everything off of this bar cart and try and replace it with just a few small items that look spooky, but kind of fun at the same time. I do want to keep it a little bit functional though, so I'm not going to remove all the glasses. By the way, this is my first YouTube video, so as you can tell, I'm not perfect at this yet, but I'm sure we'll get there. So I'm going to try and zoom in here so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Whoa, that's way too close. Well, maybe it'll be okay. All right, let's try it. Here we go. Okay, I went and got some cleaner. I like this from Grove. It's rosemary and thyme. Put it in the glass container and fill it up. It's pretty simple, but it does make the house smell good, at least while it's around. So I'm gonna wipe all this off. Get all the dog hair and dust off of it. This is kind of an interesting piece though. I found this in the trash when I was visiting a friend, and we redid it, and yeah, I've loved it ever since. Okay, this is Creepy Cloth. Do any of you guys use Creepy Cloth? I didn't know anything about it. I always used that sticky spider web stuff from the dollar store that you had to, it's like cotton almost. And it was a real pain in the butt. You could never use it for more than 1 year. I love this stuff. I found this at the dollar store. And yeah, I feel like I can use it a lot. Lord, this is definitely not gonna go here. You'll see me moving in a second. Are adorable. They're covered in glitter, so if you hate glitter, definitely don't get these two. The one on the left holds 1 candle, and the one on the right holds 3. I got them from Marshall's this year, and I think they're going to be something that I'm going to keep around for a long time. Ah, this is Aviation Gin. My husband's favorite gin, and it's honestly not that bad, even though I'm not a gin drinker, really. Here's the candles. Looking back on this situation, I put these little kind of light yellowy drippy candles in there, but I wish I had put in the kind that are remote, because they are a pain to open the back of it and put in every time you want to light them. Oh, and this little spooky cider thing, I don't remember exactly where it came from, but my mother-in-law gave it to me a few years ago. Alright, I got this Black Hat Society little sign thing from the dollar store, and at first I thought it was going to look too cheap, but once I added all the other orange decor to the table, it kind of brought this area in with the table, and it matched. I'm trying to hang it here, which, well, you know how that goes. Trying to find a nail, trying to find a hammer. I'm actually surprised I found a hammer for the video, because usually I just use a shoe or something, you know, hard that I can find around. Okay. Again, this has glitter, by the way, so if you're not into glitter, then don't use this sign, because it does shed. Alright, so here's a little view of it. I'm going to back out. Obviously not as stable as I would like. There it is. I think it looks great. Alright, so now I'm going to go over here to this table and repackage everything that I had laid on the table, because I decided I want to do the table before I do the rest of the room. Originally I'd put it on the table because I was going to do the hutch, but you know, sometimes things don't go according to plan. I didn't really want to run out of decor, right? Like, I'd rather just kind of fill in the decor on the hutch and really decorate the table. So, here I am repackaging. Oh, these. I love these little plates. They just remind me of silly things that my kids like. Like, one of my kiddos loves frogs, and the other one is like, I'm not afraid of spiders, So the spider one reminds me of him. Alright, back to decorating. All these pumpkins came from the dollar spot at Target. I think they were from last year. Oops. I don't even know where that decor goes, but not with what we're using. I'm kind of sorting this by section here. So anything I'm putting in this black chair is stuff I'm going to use for my tablescape, I guess. And anything that I'm stacking over on the hutch is something that I'm going to use to decorate that. Okay, putting all the original decor from the room back into this clear container so I can store it and pull it back out later. Of course, some of it's not going to fit in there. Okay, I sped this up a little bit because there's just too much crap to video. I'll spray this table off again. Wipe it off. This is a table that my hubby put on top of another table. So basically he made the top and we just used the actual table underneath. So if I ever want to go back to my original table, I can just take the top off. All right, let's get a tablecloth. That will cover up this brown color and make it a little bit more spooky. I have no idea where this tablecloth came from. I think my grandmother found it somewhere and gave it to me. But it does have these cute little scalloped edges with little bats and spiders on it. My little kid always goes, "Oh, it's so creepy," even though it's really not that scary. I do fight with this trying to get it even. Whatever. It is what it's going to be. Here I am trying to figure this out, but whatever, we'll just start. You can always move it later. These are Nicole Miller. I like these as well. I got them from Home Goods, gosh, probably 3 or 4 years ago. They do have like a silver stripe that's right next to the orange, which makes them kind of iridescent. Alright, I'm fluffing out this tree here. I think I'm going to try and make some of these this year because I think it's silly that I'm paying, you know, $5 for a tree or even $10 for a tree. That's basically a stick that's spray painted with black glitter. And sometimes they have a light. Oh, this little skeleton guy is from Pier 1 and you can take the head off, the top of the head off and put a candle in it. It does actually look pretty creepy. I'll give my kid that on this decoration. These are those plates that I showed you in the other slide. I originally put these candles on there and they were just there normally, my normal decor, but I feel like because of the black, they kind of go with this. Alright, here it is, zoomed in so you can kind of see the spiders on the table. These came from the Target dollar spot. I got 2 orange ones and 2 black ones. I've looked for these a couple of times. I cannot find these colors anymore. All I can find is like that sage green or like the white. And I just feel like these look more Halloween and less like fall. Alright, so you can't see because, you know, again, my first video and I wasn't thinking about the angle of this camera. I'm taking a little like metal farmhouse tin and I'm taking these black twiggy pieces off of these like, you can see as they get stuck. But I'm taking them apart and kind of making a mini tree like what's in the middle of this table so that I can put it in the back corner. And I'm going to use the leaves to kind of cover up the connection between the two. Okay, I realize I've messed with that for way too long, so let's move on. I can always play with it later. Okay, never mind, one more. All right, let's put this in here. So the bee is a normal staple for this room, and I just added this little ribbon on top of it. Okay, let's get a little closer. Oh, I gotta work on this transition. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just trying to get a couple of different levels here to play with it, kind of stand back from it, and hate it from a distance, and then get up close, and then hate it up close, and then switch it around again. Okay, so as you can see on the left here, I thought that I videoed me decorating the hutch, but I didn't. So I'll have to show you that at the very end. But I'm using some of those leftover flowers and a few of those leftover twigs to make this little floral arrangement. It is purple, and technically I don't have any purple in the rest of the room, so I'll either add some purple in later, or I'll change these out for orange, or maybe even black. I have decorated and added things to the hutch. Unfortunately, that light is there, and I had the camera higher than I actually am, so from my view, you can see all of it. But obviously from the camera's angle, you can't see the top shelf. I'll try and add an extra picture at the end of this so that you can see exactly what the hutch looks like without the light fixture in the way. This is my favorite part. I'm gonna turn off the lights and add candles. I've set these on the table just perfectly, so all I have to do is twist to turn them on. I don't actually have to take them off and screw them back in. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the lights here. Again, this is a problem. It would have been so much easier if I just put the remote candles in here. So don't make that mistake if you get these. And that's pretty much done. I'm gonna add a couple more candles around and try and get these lights over here to work. I realized there's a fuse that's shorted, so I changed that out, and you'll see in the last video what they look like lit. Here we go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this.